Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full just showcase of everything that we currently have that's coming to the next Forge update. Now, this is the actual official update and not just, like a bit of ideal things, but this is actual leaks that they have shown. There's going to be all of them alongside my own takes on what we're going to see. So first things first, obviously we have a few leaks, but as a quick note. All right, so first things that I have wanted to, obviously see coming to the Forge is a bit of a balance change to some of the weapons that obviously come in, a bit more ores necessary to craft it, but I do believe we're going to have some system integrated for that. But the first leak that we have has been, this is probably one of the, and I'm going to be giving away either every single game pass, or I'm going to be giving away 50 rerolls to a few people. And to enter into the giveaway, if you want to enter, all you got to do is comment Roblox username down below, leave a like and hype this video, and that'll enter you into the giveaway. Make first leaks that they sent and gave us. But the first leak that we had was this. So this is just a little image of what the island is going to look like. Now, this is really cool. It has like a bit of a snow winter theme. Now, this might, take place in correlation with Christmas, but it looked really cool. Obviously, as you can see, we have the cave down here that looks like more pickaxes and the forge and a lot of other stuff. Now, one of the main things about this is obviously that seems to be the view from back spawn, but a lot of notes we have had is that there are going to be new weapons, because obviously from the first island to the second island, right, there's no like new weapons or anything since they released both sections of updates. Now there's going to be new things in. Now, the next thing we had, which was another leak, was this boss NPC right here. This is like the super elite death axe skeleton. Obviously we already have the elite death axe, right, and then the elite or the normal death axe. There's like the death axe, elite death axe, and then the elite other forms. But yeah, because there's the axe skeleton, I believe, death axe, and then the elite death axe. So this is like the super elite. But a little thing to note is, since that one looks kind of crazy, right, if you go into your achievements and scroll down, there's this thing, damage boost, which is from killing bosses. Now currently I have no clue, there's no bosses in the game, but this seems like this might be a boss essentially. So we could be looking at a new form of a boss or something like that. So we can obviously assume there's going to be a boss in the game, which is really cool to think of. But obviously this is just a hunch, but it does kind of make sense because it seems like a very really well in-depth designed character. But obviously there could be more into it. Now, the next thing we also had were these new mobs. So we have some form of like a cave spider, and as you see, the ice kind of goes with the frozen theme, as you can see. So we have like the ice spider design going with this, and then as you can see, ice, snow and all that, like a biome. Now this could be like an event biome, but similarly, but then we have like a more updated version of it that they released more recently. So as you can see, like the ice crystal design, and then more of the design and effects around it, which is pretty cool. Now obviously this is probably going to be more of like the higher level. Obviously, if we assume, because like the first zone had in the index, you can check the forge or enemies, Iron Valley, which is the first area, this had more like zombies, and now we have more skeletons and all that. So now we might have more of like a spider theme and all that. Now, as a note, obviously for those with arachnophobia, I believe it's called, but they said there's going to be a setting for that you can enable, which is funny. Will like disable the visuals of spiders and make it something funny like a cat or something. I know there's games like that games have that feature that I know of, but for the most part, obviously that's just going to be added. Now, the next thing we had was another leak towards more characters, like this render right here. Obviously not much design, but as you can see, this might not be, I think this is more of new armor, more as not just that, but as you can see, we have the new armor designs. It looks really cool, but you have like what I'm assuming this is if you look at normal armor, I think I sold all my armor that was extra. Anyways, we'll just look at it from the index, I guess. In the forge, when you're crafting, right, so you have, say, the heavy chest plates, you have the night chest plate, and then the dark night chest plate. Now I'm assuming it is a similar mechanic to this, where it's like the heavy armor and then the better version of that, because it has the similar design with like the horns and all that. So I'm assuming it's just like a one-up version of it. And then we have a better render looking of it, which this seems like it's some form of new ore that we're looking at. Obviously there's going to be new ore going into the new island, and then all this cool designs. And then we also had a little video of what the spider would look like. So this is like its idle, it's looking around, pretty interesting. So we have more looks at that, and then we had another look at the spider animation. So this, once again, as you can obviously tell, there's more crystals on the back. This is probably like a higher level of the spider and more of like a boss type spider version. And they might also, this is another thing I've been looking at, is if you come up here, right, they might add bosses as just like each thing. So if you come into the thing, we come down to danger, to since beginning, and say we come down into here, I'll have to break down a bit. So obviously down here, we have like, if you come in a bit and then off to the left, you know, you have this little passage in here with the Scal NPC where you can then unlock this section to buy the demonic pickaxe. But what I'm wondering is if it's a similar going to be like a boss in this area, because obviously, I mean, you can't really see much in here. You could probably glitch in here with like some dash ability from like the demon race, but I'm wondering if the boss might be like held inside of here. And then similarly, you know, the big spider boss that we saw earlier also be down in this section. But it would make sense if this loft cave with like, you know, it looks like it has like a mouth design would have a boss inside of it. Now, next to new armor, we also got a leak in regards to a new weapon, which is going to be a spear type of category. So as you can see, this spear design, there is a video with the animation, which I will play in a second. But as we can assume, there's probably some form of like a spear category, because obviously if you go to, you know, foraging, there are categories. So like colossal swords, great axe, great sword, katana, gauntlets, straight swords, daggers. So there's probably going to be some new category like spears or something. Now, the next thing is going to be the animation we saw played with it, which is this. As you can see, it's pretty good on detail, but go ahead and pause it. Look in the background, you can see more details. So we have clearly, if you know, go ahead and look, we have some spike ball right here, which we don't have, you know, in the game. And if you look over on the left side, I don't think I can zoom in on a video anyways, but if you zoom in, and I'll just full screen it and look on the left side, you can see there is the great axe forge, which obviously this is like an NPC, but there's a spear or a spear weapon, and then there is a mace. And then for the great sword, we don't actually have this as a category. So this is just yet another new weapon we might see. But then we also had another look at a new NPC. This is kind of like an orc, I'm assuming, type of design. Same with the ice crystal look and theme. And then we also had a look at another video, which was, I'm assuming, like a Yeti boss, which would make sense being the boss of the zone. So obviously we have the Yeti one. I'll play this back over. And then also, you know, that would correlate similar to this, you know, super elite death axe boss or whatever. And then the final look at the island, you can see individually like zones and all this, the ice section up here, which is probably the cave entrance, and then all of the stuff down here. But obviously for the most part, that's most of the leaks that we have. If you want to see more leaks, join my Discord server linked in the description, working on, you know, collecting more info there. But for the most part, I know that's pretty short, but that's most of the leaks that we currently have. And